What's up guys, it's Punchy, and today we're back with a pretty nice Deepwoken update with some fun new content to mess around with. First off, yeah, what's going on with this early update? I mean, this time it's Thursday instead of Friday. To be honest, I'm not sure myself, but it's here early and I'm ready to inform you the best I can on what's new. Anyway, I'm excited to show you what's up, and let's get right into it. With a surprising and new Thundercall mantra, we have Fleeting Sparks. This mantra is actually kinda crazy and it does do a lot. On activation, we summon lightning orbs that have a slow homing startup but eventually speed up and shoot directly at wherever we aim. At far range, this isn't homing, but at close range, it's gonna seek onto targets. The pressure is pretty outstanding, and it is possible to stack this with almost anything in the game, and alongside this, we also have some sparks for this mantra. Multiplying fleeting sparks cuts our damage in half but grants the user double the shots, which is optimal for laying on pressure. So this mantra is kinda crazy, and it's definitely worth checking out. And trust me, we aren't done yet. With a new Flame Charm mantra, we now have Flare Volley. It's time for all the Akuma and Uber ONI builds because right now we have Hadouken in Deepwoken. On activation, we shoot a straight firing explosive fireball that hits targets from a distance, and landing this mantra on your target resets its cooldown based on the amount of size modifiers on this mantra. It's super good when in a combo or from range, and yeah, I absolutely love this. Moving on, we have a crazy talent called simply Berserk. One with nothing to lose has everything to gain. We abandon all of our armor resistance in order to deal true damage, bypassing all resistance against targets with our M1 attacks. It's also a tool type ability with some crazy new effects that is very risky but also very strong. Next up, with a new and insanely powerful relic, we have the Armorer's Needle. Have you ever been let down by your own equipment being the absolute god roll pick, but it's ruined by one useless stat like ether or monster damage? Well, now, that shouldn't be a problem anymore. With the Armorer's Needle, this relic allows the user to reroll any armor pip or stat on their equipment, allowing you to change out something that you don't really want. After doing so, your drip has now been improved, opening up the new possibility for insane equipment combos. I'm happy that this has finally rolled around, and it's definitely something worth farming for. Up next, with a really nice change and addition for overall information alongside guild content, we now have team shouts or global messages. Essentially, when typing out a message with an exclamation point before that initial message, all guildmates and allies in your server can see what you're trying to say. Your chat should be shown alongside your character's head, in-game name, and finally your username, so we all know who's talking. Honestly, this is great for overall communication and should be a large part of teamfights and conquest. Another essential tool for in-game support comes into play with a new and improved combat log system, I guess, display. For those not aware, if you disconnect from the game mid-combat against the player, you should die and lose a life, but that's not the same in PvE situations. Instead of disconnecting at any HP, if you disconnect in-game while under 60% against a monster, you should lose that life, and now we have even more information about what happened. In the current Deepwoken patch, a successful disconnect will let you know what happened with some info regarding your last recorded HP and the cause of death. Unfortunately, you'll still be losing out, but understanding what has happened in case of bugs can be crucial in a permadeath game such as Deepwoken. Moving forward onto some overall gameplay changes, we have a large update to our posture system. As it's well established in Deepwoken, posture is the yellow bar that dictates if we can block an attack or get guard broken, so it's very important to understand how it functions. First off, if you're attacking and somebody parries that swing, you'll be punished and gain posture, which makes it harder to defend since you're closer to being guard broken. Now, in this update, posture damage applied to the attacker on parry was reduced by about 25%. Alongside this, the talent Unwavering Resolve now reduces parry posture by 33%, but with the base changes, it's basically the same as it was before. The entire idea behind this specific change is that players with the talent Unwavering Resolve won't notice any difference, but those without it will get less posture damage when their attack is being parried. Another talent that was shifted was Unstoppable Force, dropping in effectiveness from 25% parry reduction to 15%. Of course, just like the last talent, this is happening because all parry punishment placement is being adjusted and moved around. Moving forward with even more posture and probably the most substantial change, in this current update, posture damage from pairing M1s and crits is now based on the average of your weapon weight versus your opponent's weapon weight. Essentially, if a heavy weapon user parries a light weapon, that light user is going to take way more posture than before. Further upon this, if a light weapon parries a heavy weapon, that heavy is going to receive less posture when being parried. This was decided due to a balanced poll made in the Discord, but a lot of people know that light weapon pressure is basically unrivaled in PvP, so this should balance out some nonsense with this weapon type. Again, I want to clarify that these posture changes are all about the punishment dealt when your attack is parried, not the actual posture when you hit somebody's block. Moving on to some well-appreciated balancing, we have a few things in particular that I need to discuss. Strangely enough, this isn't exactly a balance change, it's a bug fix, but every single form of burn damage has basically been nerfed. Previously, in-game, any flames damage over time bypassed several forms of iframes, breaking the game and damaging you anyway when you should be taking no damage. Don't worry, it wasn't burning people through dodges or anything crazy, but now that's not gonna happen. With that being said, overall I think this is a great change that was necessary, but yeah, it's gonna be a hit to Flame Charm players and any type of burn. Another small change, which is also greatly appreciated, is Chime access to the multiplying spark swap. This new spark allows you to switch people around at close range for some pretty insane mix-ups, and if you think about it, you know, that's going to be powerful inside of the PvP Chime arena. Try it out for yourself and tell me what you think down below. Next up, with some enchant changes, Nemesis has finally received a nerf that people have been asking for. Previously, before this update, light weapons with a Nemesis crit did low posture damage while heavies instantly guard broke on the TP. This was a bit problematic on both sides of the spectrum, so now Nemesis posture is a consistent 18 posture on all weapon types. Unfortunately, this hits the heavy teleports hard, but this enchant should be consistent in almost every build. And that's about it. It's definitely weird that this update is a day early, but there was some scheduling issues that changed things up. Anyway, thanks so much for your support, and let's try to hit 85k subs. We're super close, and if you want content like this for exclusive update videos, make sure to like and subscribe. Thanks again, it's punchin' time.